Good morning, you guys. Welcome back for another video. Today's video is brought to you in partnership with Owl Crate. I have worked with Owl Crate Jr. in the past and I'm so excited to share them today with you guys again because of the unique circumstances pretty much all of us find ourselves in. So thank you so much to Owl Crate Jr. for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to show you guys what is inside the March box. It arrived yesterday and it was literally like a ray of sunshine, of joy and excitement and happiness amidst everything. So I think it's the perfect time to share. I'm really excited to show you guys what we got and kind of show you what Owl Crate Jr. is. So before we get all the way into today's video, I just want to tell you guys, I am going to share with you kind of my real, honest thoughts about everything that's going on, how I am coping, how I am dealing. I feel like I am very much the same as many of you, where I have like huge ranges of emotions about everything. And the truth of the matter is like we're just all living in a time and in a situation we've never lived in. And so that alone is hard. But this whole video is not going to be focused on that because I just feel like there's enough. It's almost harder to find like stuff that isn't surrounding that. And I just want to give the disclaimer because I know how important it is. I know how serious it is, but just because I'm not choosing to focus on it all day long in my video doesn't mean that I don't know those things. So I just wanted to put that out there. I will touch base with you guys on that because I do feel like talking about it does help, but I'm not going to spend the entire day just focusing on it. And you guys will probably notice in this video that I'm not going to name it. I think I've read some information from YouTube regarding that, and they're really trying to control misinformation, I think is the motivation behind it. And so if you are saying the word, you all know what it is, fill in the blank right here, then your video, you can, I think there's some kind of like repercussion or something, I could be wrong, but I'm just gonna avoid it. So you're not gonna hear me say it, but you know what it is. So anyways, I just wanted to start off today's video kind of sharing that, even though I don't plan on spending this whole 25 or 30 minutes together, however long this video ends up being, talking about it, you guys all know that I understand and am definitely aware, and my heart is breaking for so many people, and I will talk about that more as we progress through this day. So today is Friday. Last Friday, actually, it's funny, last Friday I put up the video where I went to Costco, and so many of you guys watched that video, so thank you for watching, and I hope that it kind of helped you guys see kind of what I was doing. Also, so that was a week ago today. The amount of stuff that has changed over the last week has been really, I don't even know what a better adjective is to use other than like crazy. It's been a little crazy, the amount of stuff that has changed in the last week. So just to give you a frame of reference, because I don't know if all the states are in the United States, if all 50 states are doing what we have been doing. So anyways, starting last Sunday, so Friday I went to Costco. Sunday is when public schools were canceled where I live. After that, then about 2 days later was when the CDC changed the recommendation for gatherings of people from 250 to 50 and then now to 10, and kind of like don't try to just not be around other people. So that was about Wednesday. On March 17th, because we are keeping a historical journal, in homeschool, just writing down kind of what's going on, because this is a historical event that we are all living through. It is one that will be in textbooks in the future. So we've just been writing down some things. So on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, our governor declared all non-essential businesses to close. So that pretty much leaves open like obviously medical facilities, but a lot of like dental and even like my son's orthodontist closed. Grocery stores are open and well stocked. Gas stations, hardware stores, car stores, pet, veterinarian offices, pet stores, but pretty much everything else closed, like the malls, shopping, activity things like movie theaters and gyms, and even like our community gym, which is only for like the community we live in, closed. All that stuff is closed. Obviously, like police, fire, all of that is still open and functioning because it has to. But even like what was I gonna say? Even like offices, state offices have closed. So like marriage certificates, things like that. So pretty much we're down to just essential things here. And it's been that way since Wednesday. They gave like all, they gave everyone like till 12 the next day to make it happen. Restaurants in our area, some are closed, but some are still open for takeout only, pickup. So I am doing my absolute best to support local businesses through this, and I will show you guys, because we're gonna have pizza tonight and I'm gonna get it from a local place, and I'll show you guys how that goes. So anyways, that's where we're at. That was Wednesday, this is Friday. So this is technically like day 3 of the non-essential business closure, which everyone is pretty much calling like a lockdown. It is. But the thing is like, I've seen some people asking like, oh, is this martial law? No, martial law is when you are legally not allowed to leave your house. You are allowed to leave, but there's just really nowhere to go, and they're recommending it. And I am hoping that everyone follows through with the recommendations so that it doesn't have to be like literally illegal to go outside and walk your dog. So anyways, that's where we're at. So I've got my coffee over here, and the kids are all finishing getting ready. I got myself a little ready today. If you've been feeling a little down, take a shower, curl your hair, put some makeup on, it'll help. We're just gonna get started with our morning and have some breakfast, feed the dogs, do all that jazz. You guys have seen my morning routine in so many of my day in the life videos, and it has not changed. That is something that is the same. So we are gonna get started with this day. I hope you guys enjoy hanging out with me. Give me a thumbs up for day in the life videos right now. And this will probably be a long video just because I already talked for 8 minutes, but hey, we've got a little extra time on our hands, so we're gonna spend it together. All right, so the kids are getting together their breakfast, and I am going to show you guys what we got from Owl Crate Jr. So Owl Crate Jr. is a monthly subscription box that sends you a new book as well as themed activities or things that go along with it. Now, currently in our world, we are staying at home. So now is the best time, if there ever was a better time, to order Owl Crate Jr. You will get a box every single month that will brighten your day as well as your kids. I'm serious. Yesterday when this showed up, we were all excited. So I have a link and a discount code for you guys to save you some money right now down in my description box. So definitely use that link if you want to check out. So inside here is so cute. So there it is. And then every month has a theme. So for March, the theme is code breakers. And so everything that's in here is going to go along with that theme. So they always include a little bit about the author of the book that's included, and then they give you some creativity ideas. So this is just a really awesome way to add some fun into your days while you are at home. So in here, they have in this March box, this is Ayata and the Great Big Game in the Teeny Weeny Tin. So that's fun. Another game to play. And then we also get a notebook here to write to write things down. So that's really awesome. We have some Usborne Brain games. This is really great. A lot of you guys have kids of all ages, so I feel like these materials can work with all of them. This is just some basic information on how to build a code, so that's really cool if you've got kids that enjoy technology. And then last but certainly not least, and the highlight of every single Owl Crate box, is the book. And this one is called City Spies by James Ponti, and it's an Owl Crate exclusive signed edition. So sometimes they will send you a signed book, and here is a letter from the author with his signature. And so this is really, really cool. It is a hardcover book, and so the value is definitely really awesome. And then what I also love about this is that it shows you what the next month's theme is going to be. So the next month's theme is Cabin in the Woods, and it gives you a little bit of information about what's to come. So you guys definitely use the link to check out Owl Crate Jr. It will add some joy to your days, and you do not have to leave your home. This is the March box, but this will be the April box. So make sure that you guys take advantage of that while we are all at home, and then even beyond, because Owl Crate is awesome. And like it says here, magical monthly reads. Here's what we've got going for breakfast today. Some Dave's Killer bread with peanut butter on it, 2 eggs, and some well done turkey bacon. I think I baked it a little too long, but that's okay. So that is what I am having for breakfast, and just a little time check-in for you guys. It is almost 9 o'clock. That is one thing that is a little bit different with this whole staying home thing, is that if we get a little bit of a later start, it's not that big of a deal, because we don't have anywhere to go at night. So if school goes longer, then I'm okay with that. So I do need to preheat the oven, because normally I don't bake cakes at 9 o'clock in the morning, but we are gonna make a funfetti cake today. My oldest daughter's birthday is on Wednesday, and she turns 13, which is a big birthday in the life of a young girl. If you were once a young 13-year-old girl, then you know how important that birthday was to you. Pretty important, right?
Oh, very much. Incredibly important.
Okay, can you use a normal voice?
Yes, it's a big birthday.
It's a big birthday. And we had a lot of really fun plans for her that we have since had to modify. I am saying modify and not cancel, because we've come up with other things to do. And at first she was a little bummed out, but now I think you're feeling happy because your mom is the greatest.
Yeah.
And she came up with some fun alternatives, right? So it'll still be a special 13th birthday. So like I was saying about the cake, we are making the funfetti cake. You guys know I eat pretty healthy in general, but that is one like junk food item that I actually really love. It takes me back to like my childhood. Boxed funfetti cake. So my brother also has a birthday. That's 3 days, put it back please. That's 3 days ahead of her birthday. So we are going to make a cake for both of them today, and it'll just be something fun that we can do. we are using the funfetti frosting as well. So we're just going all out with the funfetti cake. So we're gonna get that done so it can cool, and then I'll be able to frost it later while, like, through the day while we do school. So I wanna get the cake made. I know it's kind of funny to make your own birthday cake, but do you wanna start it?
I actually really want to.
Okay, so I already put the eggs in, but everything else is over there.
Can I help?
You wanna help?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And if you guys are wondering why we have this large collection of plants here, it's because we're on lesson 2 in botany, our new science unit from The Good and the Beautiful. And I was concerned that they were gonna, you know, close things, which they did. So I went last week and got the plants so that our science unit wasn't going to be affected. So we've got these guys that I wanted to get planted today, but it is really cloudy. Like, that's why the lighting is not good. It's really cloudy and rainy and cold here. So anyways, on days that are rainy, cloudy, and cold, you kind of want to stay home anyways. So we're gonna make a cake at 9 in the morning. We're going to do some botany. I wanted to plant those plants outside, like, even though they're indoor plants, you know, to do the soil and all that, I wanted to go outside. May have to delay that just because it's raining. But yeah, so 9 a.m. making cake and eating breakfast. So while the kids are finishing working together so wonderfully making the cake, I am going to order some food from a local restaurant that obviously has closed because of everything that's going on. And now more than ever, if you have the resources, obviously, to, I'm not saying go out and like blow your budget, but if you can spare to eat out maybe once a week or once a paycheck, or even if it's just a $4 cup of coffee from your local coffee shop, it's much needed right now. So I'm gonna do this right now, and then I'm gonna pick it up tonight at 5:30. So I'm just looking over their menu, and what kind of pizza do you guys want?
Cheese.
You want cheese? You're good with it?
How about cheese pepperoni? Cheese and pepperoni. Cheese and pepperoni. That's what.
Okay. So I'm gonna finish ordering dinner while they finish making the cake. While the kids are finishing up their morning chores, I wanted to show you guys kind of a couple things that I am doing that are helping me in my day-to-day, because I really believe that the best way to approach this season that we are in, and yes, it is a season, it will end, is to take each day, day by day. So first, if you can spare $4 or $5, having some fresh flowers in your house, guaranteed mood lifter. Number 2, open all of your window coverings. Even if it is cloudy, gray, cold, dreary, it is here. It's only 45, so it's pretty chilly for us. Gray and cloudy, windows are all open. Get some natural light in, and even I will go like this and raise them all up. So get as much natural light in as possible. Keep the TV off if you have cable and news there. You don't need to be loading your brain with that all day long. Another thing that I always do is light a candle. It just makes the room nice, or turn on your diffusers. So whatever you like to do, I have both. But yeah, so lighting the candle, and then plants in general are just really good for your home. So you know, if you have to go out and if you're able to stop at like a hardware store, getting some plants in your home will definitely help you deal with with being home more. Those are just a couple of things that make my home a more enjoyable place to be in general. And right now, that's all very important. Also very important, in my opinion, is keeping some sort of routine, some sort of rhythm, some sort of structure, not like a strict, rigid, you know, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, unless that's your thing. That's not my thing. But having some kind of flow to your day versus just sitting on social media all day or sitting on the news all day or watching Netflix all day. I mean, nothing's wrong with that here and there, but if you start to do that every day, that might kind of get a little intense. So yeah, and then if you are able to take a walk, sorry, Walter, you guys, never, sorry, I have to interrupt. Not ever was this a problem as it is now. This dog loves toilet paper, and he loves to take it off of the roll and shred it up on the floor. Don't you know that that is a gold premium right now, Walter? He comes in the bathroom, so we have to keep all the doors closed. So anyways, now I completely lost my train of thought. Walter distracted me. Yeah, so having a flow, having a rhythm, doing something, and then if you are allowed and able, getting outside every single day. Like I fully intend when the sun is out to make it a point every single day to go into my backyard and sit in my lawn chair and drink my coffee out there in the sunshine. And every day we're trying to take the dogs for a walk. Usually we're a little too busy to do that every single day, but that's something we're trying. So anyways, those are just a few little tips I have for you guys to make this time a little more enjoyable. Just those small little things can make a really big difference. Now, we are gonna start school now. You guys have seen me homeschool a million times over, so I'm probably just gonna do like sped up. What's that? Why can't I think today? What is that called? Time lapse. I'm gonna do a time lapse of homeschool, and then once I'm done with school, I'll get back on here and I'll talk to you guys just about how I'm personally feeling. Maybe you'll relate, maybe you'll find comfort feeling like, you know, you're not alone. I've heard some good words and I just wanna pass them on to you guys for a little encouragement. So we're gonna get started with school. Bible is up first, science is up next, and then we'll move into our independent work. So that's where we're at. So we did some fun illustrations of the plant life cycle, what is going to happen with all of our seeds. We planted those in a few different ways, as you guys saw. And so I love having these up in our schoolroom. And then here's this. They all made, can I see those really quick? They all made their hypothesis on what they think is gonna happen with their seeds that are growing. And then the older two are going to spend time, put your hypothesis thing in there. Did you do that?
Yeah.
The older two are gonna spend time defining these terms. Annual, what are they?
Annual, biennial, and perennial.
Good, and they're gonna write down the definition. So that's what you guys need to do next, is go, or I have the computer right here, is Google it together and write down those definitions. Okay guys, so it is 11:30 now and the kids have finished up with their morning work, the group work we always do together. Like I said, not much has changed there. They are currently upstairs doing, making birthday cards for their uncle as a part of like our morning journal time. Usually I'll put like a little topic on the board for them, but today I said, make your uncle a birthday card. So they're doing that. The cake is cooling, but it's 11:30 right now, and like I said, we have been making the most of what we can do. So I am getting ready to load everybody up, and we are going to go bring some tortillas to a friend of mine who could not find any where she had been shopping. They were out last night. My husband was able to find those, so we're gonna go bring her some tortillas. We are going to go, I am going to go mail something at the postal store. Post offices are necessities and essentials, and so I'm gonna run in and do that really quick. And then we are going to come back home, have some lunch, and then finish up school. So right now we're just gonna take a little break. We're gonna just go for a car ride, get a little change of scenery. That's another thing, like if you guys are really struggling, I would recommend like taking a drive, even if it's like through wherever you live. If you live in a rural area, like, you know, and it's too cold to walk or whatever, just leave your house when you can, for the time that you can, in a safe way that you're still observing the guidelines that we've been given. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go ahead and put the puppy away, and we're gonna go run those errands really quick, and that's where we're at so far. So good school morning with the kids. Our school routine hasn't changed. It's awesome. And I'm thankful that we were homeschooling long before this all started. And I actually have something to kind of share on that as well. So once I get done with school with the kids, then I'll be able to sit down and kind of talk with you guys. So yeah, I've got some things I'm working. Tortillas!
Yay! 3 packs of pasta.
Are you okay? What's wrong? So I just finished doing my quick little errands. Did my sanitizer before and after, so we're all good there. And so now we're gonna head home. I'm going to have the kids eat some lunch, and then we're gonna finish up our school day. And just, you know, getting out for a little bit, even if it's just like literally 30 minutes, was refreshing and good. I'm tempted to go and get a coffee, but it's not time yet. So anyways, we're gonna head home. I'm probably gonna listen to a Marco Polo that I have from one of my friends on my way. And that's another thing. I'm just giving you guys some like encouraging tips all throughout this video, things that are helping me. I'm not saying they'll help you, but they're helping me. Marco Polo, FaceTime, that kind of stuff. Connecting with people every day. Make that an intention. It's good and it's helpful. So that's where we're at with our day. It is 12:20 now, so we've gotten a lot done today. I'm feeling productive and feeling good. So here's what the kids are having for lunch. Just a string cheese and a sandwich that has peanut butter and honey on it. I was super grateful because the week before all of this started to happen, we went to our local farmer's market, and I was able to get some local honey, clover honey. It was pretty pricey to get a jar this big, but I have kids that have allergies, and right now sniffling and coughing is not good. So the honey, hopefully, you know, I'm trying to make sure that they get it every day so that way their allergies are at bay. But I think we are going to have a picnic out on a sunny patch in our backyard. So the kids are gonna have their lunch. I'm gonna make my lunch. I am probably just gonna have some leftovers from dinner last night, some chili, because we're not wasting a single ounce of food in this house. We never really do, but definitely not right now. So that is, oh, the sun just went away. It's like partly cloudy. So maybe the picnic won't happen. I thought the sun was out for good, but now the patch is all dark again. So we're gonna have some lunch now and then we're gonna finish up our school. The TI. So I want you to read all of these words to me with that in there, with the sh sound for the TI. But if you're having a hard time, then do the syllables and break it into 2, okay?
Okay, station, nation, mention, patient, motion, lotion, lotion,
Good.
potion,
Good.
ration,
Ration.
What's that?
Like to only give a certain amount out.
Oh, that's what they were doing at Costco for toilet paper.
Yeah.
Devotion, devotion,
Good.
portion,
Good.
question, friction,
Good.
addiction,
Good.
recreation,
Good.
creation.
Good job. Okay. Read the 3 sentences.
This,
Uh-huh.
in World War II, our nation had to ration certain items such as sugar, meat, silk, and shoes. The patient mother answered all of the child.
Okay, so as promised, I wanted to, again, not focus on it for this whole entire video. Let me close my door. But I do want to take time to kind of just share where I've been at. Well, that's what I do on my channel. I share where I'm at. I share what I'm going through in hopes that talking about it with you guys might encourage one of you. It might help you. So as you saw, I just closed my door. I did that because my kids are out there. They're all working on something independent right now. And so I wanted to step inside here to kind of talk with you guys. But I personally do feel as a mom, it's important to shield my kids from what is going on as much as possible. They are very well aware, how could they not be, of what's going on. But I do not want to create fear. I don't want to add like stress to their lives. So we've just handled things in stride and talked about it with them as things have occurred. And we just are choosing to not focus every single day on just talking about it, dwelling on what we can't do and where we can't go. And I really think as a mom in this current season, we have the power to make this time different for our kids. They are all, unless you've got really little kids, but they are all going to remember this. This is something that is not typical. They are going to remember this. And I think it's so important as parents, but also if you're a Christian, a believer, that we live out faith right now for our kids. When it is hard, it is so easy to preach Jesus and his love and his faith and his sovereignty all day long to our kids when everything is going just perfectly. But in these times where we feel uncertain, we feel shaky, we feel afraid, we feel like we're reminded of our lack of control, these are the moments that will minister to our children more than we ever know. So I am taking Sally Clarkson's advice. I've been listening to her almost every single day. And there was someone on there that said, like, we can be the temperature of our home or we can be the thermostat of our home. So I am choosing to set the tone for my house every single day. Now, am I going to get this perfect? No, that's where grace comes in, but I am trying. I am trying. So that's what I wanted to first mention. I would just encourage you guys to do that for your kids, and not focus on all of the negatives and the can'ts and the this and the that and the that, and also keep some of the stress that comes with being like a parent in these unfamiliar times away from your kids. That would just be my suggestion. Now, moving into how I've been feeling. So, honestly, I have been kind of all over the map. As the week progressed leading up until this point, as things were slowly like, it felt like we were here and then we were here and then we were here and then we were here. And through all of it, my faith does not waver. I know where my security and my hope is, but I did feel feelings of like, okay, what is going on? And then, you know, it's kind of one of those things where like you don't really, I don't know if you guys relate to this, but sometimes I feel like I can't ever say I'm disappointed in something because there's always someone out there who's got it way worse than me. So I just want to encourage you guys too, like, it doesn't have to be catastrophic for you. It might be for other people, and for that I am so sorry. I truly am. But that doesn't mean that just because it's way worse for somebody else, you can't say this is disappointing, you know? So I was just feeling a lot of disappointment, I guess I would say, and kind of just like a little unsettled. I was also praying every day, asking God to speak to me and tell me what he would have me do with this time. Like, what is the intention? Because I truly believe that even though this is not a good thing, even though God did not cause this to happen, obviously, he works. It's not something that I even have to say. It's true. He works all things together for good. So what good is God going to use this for? What good is going to come out of this is my life as a believer. What good is going to be manifested from this really difficult time? And I know all of those things, but as I was praying, I wasn't really hearing God. And sometimes that happens to me, where I'm trying, I'm seeking him, I'm praying, and I'm journaling, and I'm waiting, and I'm not really feeling the Holy Spirit prompt me in any direction. I'm not really feeling like God is giving me words jumping out at me. I'm just kind of quiet. It was kind of like that for a few days. And I was honestly starting to get discouraged a little bit by it. But slowly, as my daily freedoms were reduced, I started to realize that my control, the control I thought I had, is what I was really wrestling with, when in fact I never was in control all along. And we love to say that. We love to say that as a believer, like, I'm not in control of my life. The Lord is in control, you know, and it's all true. Like, every day could be our last, and we say that. But when it comes down to like really living like that, it's different. It's like, okay, and what now? And what now? And to be honest, just being faced with a lot of those different feelings of like, the food uncertainty and what's gonna happen with this, I was just feeling like, what do I do? Like, this is weird. And then feeling disappointed for my daughter whose birthday, you know, and all of that seems all trivial to people who have lost their jobs, to people who have this sickness, to people who are facing much worse than those things, those inconveniences, because those really are inconveniences. But at the time, it is upsetting, and it's okay to say, this disappoints me, this makes me sad. Another thing, so to sum it up, I've been all over the map, but I know that good is going to come from this now. And I feel like the Lord is showing me little pieces of what I thought I had fully surrendered and given over to him to not really be the case. And so I am expectantly waiting God to use this in my own life, but I especially know that God is using this time to wake people up. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Now, moving into the next thing I wanted to say. So last Sunday, we attend a fairly small church. Might not be small to some of you, but by where we live standards, it's a smaller church. And so we were able to go to church, and service was very modified, and we didn't pass the offering bucket. Like, we stayed very far apart from people. And so it was all great, and it all was with the CDC standards at that time. My pastor's wife shared at the end of the sermon that, you know, none of us have ever really gone through this before. And everyone is going to respond to this differently. And it is okay to respond how you're responding. It's not a measure of your lack of faith if you're afraid. It's not a measure of your lack of biblical knowledge if you have anxiety. Everyone is going to react differently to this. Some people are going to be like me, more upbeat, more like, let's find the good. And other people are going to be very weary and downtrodden and just like, it's okay. However you are, it's okay. God will meet you where you are. God will come. He will meet you. Ask him, God, meet me in this place. God, meet me and move me from here. Like, truly cry out to him, ask him that, and he will. So however you're feeling, give grace to yourself for how you're feeling, and give grace to others who might not be feeling the same way you are and might be handling things differently. She said that, and that was really important for me to hear. It was also important for me to hear and be reminded of that Jesus's closest disciples, the 12, they saw the miracles, first eyewitnesses of the miracles. They were testifying of the miracles that were happening in front of them. They got to see those things, and they still were afraid. They still were scared at times. So how can we, as believers, expect the people that were in close ministry with Jesus they had those feelings, but we don't? Like, it doesn't, you know? So it's okay. I think where it's not okay is when it starts to consume you. It starts to take over, because the fear and the anxiety, if you do not bring and ask the Lord to meet you there, the enemy will prey on you from that place. He will prey on your mind. He will prey in your thoughts. He will attack you. Today I read to the kids in, I think it was 2 Peter, I can't remember the exact verse, but where we have an enemy who is like a lion, prowling for prey, waiting to basically consume you. And that is what is happening right now. He is preying on our minds, on our lack of security, on our fear of the unknown. And that is where I want to end this last little bit with you guys, is that is what I am struggling with the most, if I have to confess to all of you what I'm going through. My fear of the unknown is what gets me. That's my hang up. I am very goal oriented. I'm very mission minded. If someone were to say, okay, Ashlee, you're gonna have to stay in your house until July 30th. That's a long time from now. April, May, June, July. That's 4 months. But if someone were to give me a date, I would make a calendar. I would start checking off the days. I would write out all the things. Like, I would come up with a plan and I would make it through. But not knowing, is this really gonna be 30 days? Is this gonna be 60 days? Is this going to be 90 days? Is this going to go on for a lot longer than that? That is where I am struggling right now. So I am choosing to stay off of media that is talking about it, because not much is going to change in the next 30 days. The quarantine is already in effect. Not much is going to happen here. So for the next 30 days, what you guys see is what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be trying to find joy in all of it. And I'm not going to allow myself to focus on when is this going to end, because it will end. And maybe we'll be like the Israelites and we'll be in the desert for a very long time. I do not know, but that is where my brain can't go. So wherever your mind starts to take you, that you really are struggling with those thoughts, you've got to stop and say, I cannot let my brain go there. And that's it. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys about how I'm feeling. I've got some feelings that are a little, I don't want to go into all of it, but I mentioned it earlier, so I'm going to. You know, the whole world thinks they're homeschooling right now, and as a homeschooling mom for the past 6 years, I take a lot of pride in what I do. And I found myself wanting to basically say, like, you guys, putting your kids on an educational YouTube video and having them like do a workbook, that is not homeschooling. Like, I want people to know that is not homeschooling. But then I was talking to a friend of mine, I'm not going to mention her because I don't know if she wants me to, on Instagram. And she was saying she's struggling with that too. She's also a homeschooling mom prior to the whole world becoming homeschooling moms. And she said like, wow, I guess I have a lot of pride that I didn't realize I had. And I was like, ouch, but thank you for speaking truth to me, because I guess that's my problem too. I take a lot of pride in what I do. I take a lot of pride in the amount of time I've put into the way that I educate my children. I take a lot of pride in being a homeschooling mom. And so all of the sudden, everyone is saying they're homeschooling moms, and I want them to know that is not it. Like, we dedicate our lives to this, but that really is rooted in pride. And so if you guys would pray for me for that, I would greatly appreciate it. And that's just me being very honest and transparent. I can't handle another homeschool mom meme. I can't, like, all of a sudden I'm just like, ugh, let us go back to being the weird ones, please. And I say that very sarcastically, but that's me being candid and saying, you know, where I'm struggling. So I'd love to know down in the comments what you guys are struggling with right now. Sometimes just voicing it to another person helps, but I wanted to sit down and have this heart to heart because I know a lot of you guys can relate, hopefully, to something that I said. So let me know if you do down below. But like I said, it will end. And it will be for the greater good. We have to trust. So I'm getting ready to be read to by this cutie. What book are you reading? Do you love it? Do you know, someone told me there's a movie of that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Would you want to watch it?
Can we?
We can try to find it.
Yay. Might be on Prime Video.
Maybe. Show the cover. So would you give it 10 stars or only 5? 10 is that it's a great book, 5 is it's just okay. 10. Good. So what chapter are we on?
Chapter 6.
Okay, let's read. So every time I make a coffee, I get messages like, can you explain how you made that? Okay, so this is what I love in the afternoons, especially when it gets warmer. It's not warm today, but I still feel like an iced drink. So I have just some cold water and ice in my mason jar. And then I brewed some espresso from my espresso machine. I have it linked on my Amazon page. It is a bit of a splurge, I will confess, but we've already paid for it. We got it in December and we've already more than paid for the machine with not going to Starbucks. And especially if you're stuck at home, you're not gonna be able to go as often if you like to get your coffees. And then I have my glass straw from Grove Collaborative. I got these for free when I ordered some cleaning products. So I actually had pretty good luck with Grove. So if you need cleaning stuff, I'll have a link down below for you guys too. So I just pour the espresso in here over the cold water and over the ice. You want to make sure you get every last drop out. And then I just have regular half and half, a little splash for me. I know some people like a lot of cream. And then my straw. And it's literally delicious. No sweetener, no sugar at all. So that's how I make my homemade Americano. Check in. It's almost 3 o'clock and we're still finishing up school. So I've got 2 kiddos still working on some math. I'm just, like, our schoolroom's right there, so I'm just gonna step in here to do some laundry. But I see like all these people that are like saying they're gonna do this and they're gonna do that. And I'm just over here trying to figure out how they have all this time because my days have not changed. Like, my days look pretty much the same. We're not done with school until 3 or 4. And I know I took a little bit of a break in the middle of the day, but still I'm just like, how do they have all of this time? But anyways, we're still working on school, so I'm gonna toss in some laundry. And then once we're done with school, I'm going to work out using my at-home workout plan that is on my website. I'll have it linked down below. It's 30 at-home workouts. Your husband can do them, you can do them. And the really cool part is you have them forever. So it's not a membership, it's not something you have to pay for every month. You buy it, you download it, you print it out, spiral bind it, put it in a binder, whatever you want to do, and you have it forever. You can increase the weights as you get stronger. So it's a really good value, and that was important to me. So I'm gonna do one of those workouts, and that's what the rest of the afternoon is gonna look like. So just giving you guys kind of a status update that I am not someone who is tackling the world on quarantine. I am doing my normal day with maybe a little extra time at night because we're not going to sports. That's really it. That's what's changed for us, is like no sports at night, obviously no church, which is really sad, especially through Easter. And also, like just not seeing our friends very often and not going to the library, not going on field trips for homeschool. Those are probably like the biggest things that we're feeling. But as far as like our normal daily routine and like doing school, not a lot has changed there. So let me know if you guys are the same. All right, you guys, it is 3:15 and my kids just finished school. I popped in my memory card to see where I was at time-wise with footage, and I'm already at 52 minutes because I talked a lot in this vlog. I'm really sorry. I really try not to make super long videos, but this one I just had like, I talked for like 8 minutes when I started it, and then like 15 when I sat down to kind of share how I'm feeling. Probably should have made that a whole separate video, but I'm just gonna leave it in the vlog. Again, I'm sorry it's long. I do apologize for that, but I just wanted to do this all as like a day in the life. Let me know if you guys want to see day in the lives every single week while we're dealing with this. I kind of want to do that to kind of see like, and I'll just share like how we're doing, how I'm doing mentally, what I feel like God is sharing with me. Like, let me know if that's something you would find encouraging and want to see. Again, I'm really sorry for the length of the video. So because of that, I am going to end it here. I'm about to change and work out, and then I will go and pick up our dinner. And then we will probably just end up hanging out for the evening. So I just wanted to let you guys know I'm real sorry it was long. Let me know if you want more day in the lives to keep coming through this whole experience. And make sure you guys check out Owl Crate Jr. down in the description box and brighten your day and your kids' days while we are at home, because we can find the joy in this if we try. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one really soon. Bye guys.